Namaste. Welcome to the lecture series on the subject Basic Thermodynamics. Now this is module 2. In that part 1, work and heat. So this is as per the VTU syllabus, code 18ME 33. Lecture number 1. Myself, Dr. N. Satish Kumar, Associate Professor of Mechanical Engineering, Canara Engineering College. So the contents for this lecture 1 are definition of work in mechanics and thermodynamics, then what is displacement work, then we will derive expression for displacement work for various thermodynamic processes. So definition of work in mechanics. So this all of you are very familiar. What is the definition of work in mechanics? So you know that the work is said to be done by a force as it acts upon a body, moving it in the direction of the force. So when a force acts on a body, if the body gets displaced, then we say that the work is done by this force. The magnitude of this force is found out by the product of the force and the distance. So if you multiply the magnitude of the force with the distance moved, the distance moved should be measured parallel to the force. Right? So then we get the magnitude of the work. Now coming to the thermodynamic work, so here the definition is a bit different. So as we discussed earlier, here work transfer is always considered to be taking place between system and the surroundings. So the work is a interaction or energy in transition occurring between system and the surroundings. So then what is work? So look at the definition here. From here, work is said to be done by a system if the sole effect on things external to the system may be reduced to the raising of a weight. So try to understand this. Work is said to be done by a system if the sole effect, the only effect on things external to the system can be reduced to the raising of a weight. So here actually the weight need not be raised, but you should make it equivalent of raising of a weight. So the net effect external to the system should be or would be reduced to the raising of a weight. I hope if it is better if I explain this through a diagram in the next slide. See here. Now in the diagram at the top you have a, you see this is a dotted line, right? So this dotted part, so that always indicates the system boundary. So you have to carefully understand this. So this is the system boundary. Here it is, here it is shown system boundary here. Now, so this is the system. Anything inside the system boundary is the system. Anything outside that is the surroundings. So here is the system. So this is the system. Okay. Yes, I wrote here SY. Okay. And this is the surroundings. So interaction has to be taking place between the system and the surroundings. That is the work. Now, what you have inside the system, you have a battery, and the terminals of that battery is connected to an electric motor. So battery and motor together comprises the system, and this motor drives the fan. Now fan is outside the system or it is in the surroundings. Now when the fan rotates, so you may not feel or have an impression that there is some work transfer between the system and the surroundings. Now fan is in the surrounding, the battery and the motor constitute the system. To make it understand or to suit our definition, what the definition says, the sole effect external to the system could be reduced to the raising of a weight. Now when the fan rotates, can you see any raising of a weight here? No, there is no raising of weight. But replace this fan by a pulley like this with a rope and weight attached to that weight. Now think that if this fan is rotated for some time, maybe some 5 minutes, now replace that fan and attach a pulley to that and attach some weight through a rope winding over the pulley. Now switch on the motor for 5 minutes. So think that the weight is at certain level in the bottom. Now when this fan rotates, or sorry, pulley rotates, so this weight will be lifted upwards. So weight is displaced. You know that when weight is displaced from one height to the another height, you know that work is done because you are lifting the weight. So mgh, the potential energy at the bottom is different, at the top is, so that is displaced by in height. So you can find out what is the magnitude of the work by using the formula mgh. Now here you cannot see any mass being displaced, but here you can see the mass is being displaced. So the sole effect external to the system could be reduced to the raising of weight. Is the weight is raised here? Yes. Though here it is not seen, but it is can be shown as equivalent of raising a weight. So then that is called as the work transfer. So here work is done by the system on the surroundings. Who is driving the fan? The system. What is that system? The battery and the motor together constituting the system, and that is driving the fan. So work is done on the by the system. So system is doing work. Where it is done, work is done on the system. So that is very important to understand the concept of positive work and the negative work. Work is done by the system is positive. So here system is doing work. Who is rotating fan? System. Okay. So work is done by the system and work is done on the system. Okay. Now let us move on to the next topic. Sign convention. So what is the sign convention for the work? So I believe in the first module, once we have come across this, but still let us have a discussion of that again. The work done by a system is considered to be positive. If the work is done by the system, it is always considered as positive, and work done on the system is considered as a negative. So we never take the work with respect to surroundings. Whether it is done by the surroundings or on the surroundings, we never discuss about that. It is with respect to the system. Try to understand this. With respect to the system, if the work is done by the system on the surroundings, then it is called as the positive work. Whereas on the other hand, if the work is done on the system by the surroundings, see, if the work is done on the system, who is doing the work? Surrounding. So work will be done by the surroundings. When work is done by the system, where it is done? On the system. But we never consider what is happening to the surroundings. We think only in terms of what is happening to the system. So if the work is done by the system, it is positive. Work is done on the system is negative. You can see here, system does work on the surroundings. Work arrow mark is outside, it is positive. Here surroundings is doing work on the system, right? Then it is called as the negative. When a system does positive work, that is, if the work is done by the system is positive, where it is doing this work, so it does an equal amount of negative work on the surroundings, because work is done on the surroundings now. Same amount of work. So then for any process, the net work, that is W system plus W surroundings, is always equal to 0. This is you have to remember, very important. If the system does 10 kilojoules of work, work done by the system is 10 kilojoules by the system, positive. Where it does, it is doing, the system is doing this work on the surroundings. So surrounding gets 10 minus 10 kilojoules of work. So plus 10 by the system, minus 10 on the surroundings. So total work is always 0. So this is a very important topic, point to be noted. Okay. Now let us move on to the next. Here we have to derive an expression for work done in a frictionless quasi-equilibrium process, which is also called as displacement work or PDV work. So for that, you have to consider a gas in a thermodynamic equilibrium in a frictionless piston cylinder arrangement. So look at the diagram here bottom, you have the piston cylinder arrangement. So here you have to assume that there is no friction between piston and the cylinder, because if there is a friction, so then it may lead to irreversible process, and it may not be quasi-equilibrium process also, because it will add some heat due to friction. So you have to assume a quasi-equilibrium process that you studied in the first module. So for that it should be a frictionless piston cylinder arrangement. Okay. Now the gas confined within the system here, this region, so that is called as the system, not outside, within the here. Okay, within this piston and the cylinder boundary. So that is constituted our system. So this system is doing some work that by displacing the piston from this position, look at here, see this dotted line actually, but I am drawing side by, to this position. So piston is moving from here to here. So when the piston is here, it is considered as the state 1. You can see here the state 1 where volume is V1 and pressure is P1. Pressure here is P1. And this gas pushes this piston from left to right, from this end to this end here. Okay. And when it comes to this end, so here it comes to state 2. Okay, so state 2, here the volume is V2 and pressure, if I move along this somewhere here, the pressure will be P2. Okay, not able to write properly, but I hope you understand, right? So pressure is P2. Now piston is displaced from state 1 to 2. During this displacement, the variables have changed. Pressure has changed, volume has changed. Pressure has changed from P1 to P2, in fact it is decreased, whereas volume has changed from V1 to V2, in fact it has increased. So pressure decreases, volume increases, it has attained a new state, that is 2. So change of state is called as a process. Now this is a process path, you can see here pink color line. So here written process path. Now during this process, work is done. So you know that when the piston is displaced, right? So now here who is pushing the piston left to right? System. So system is doing some work. In fact, it is a positive work. Piston work is done by the system because piston is moving from left to right. Piston is being displaced by the system. Now when it is state 1, so this portion comprises of the system. Maybe some external heat is applied, or it may be moved because of its own energy, that we will discuss later, because how the piston is moved, what is the cause for this work transfer, so that it can be because of many factors. So let me not confuse you by telling all those things at this moment. So timing, you know that the piston is displaced from left to right, from state 1 to state 2, and during this process some work is done because mass movement is taking place. What is mass here? I mean piston. Piston is displaced. So piston is displaced means some work is done. Now you have to derive an expression for work, and that is called as the work done in a quasi-equilibrium process. Since it is a piston displacement is involved, it is called as displacement work. So why PDV work? I will come to that later. Now to derive this expression, so from process 1 to 2 all along this path, you can see all along this path, what I have to do is I have to consider elemental distance displacement here, where the piston is moved by a small distance dl. So dl means from here to here. Distance is dl, but volume change is dv, because volume is nothing but area into distance. So area of this piston is, let me take it as A. Area of the cylinder or the piston is taken as A. Now during the small displacement of the piston by distance dl, where volume change is v dv, I assume the pressure to be constant. Actually pressure is not constant along this process. You can see from P1 to P2 all along these points the pressure is continuously dropping, whereas volume is continuously increasing. So for this small, since it is a very finite length I am taking, elemental distance I am taking, so I assume the pressure to be constant. Look at here, the pressure acting on the piston is constant. So if the pressure acting on the piston is P, and the area of the piston is A, then force acting on the piston for that elemental distance is nothing but F is equal to P into A. So this derivation is there in the next slide, but in order to make you understand better, so I will be writing here. So that force acting for this elemental displacement is pressure into area. Now the work is nothing but force into distance. So that work for the elemental displacement, I will take it as dW, because it's not the total work, it is for the displacement of the elemental distance dl. So I should take it as dW, which will be equal to force into distance. What is force here? P into A, right? Try to understand this. P into A and into here into dl, which is the elemental distance traveled, because you know that in mechanics force into distance is the work. So here dW is the elemental work, P into A is the force, into dl is the elemental distance. Here if you take A into dl, then it becomes, see, A is the area, P as it is, I will write A into dl is nothing but dV, is the area into that elemental distance. So that becomes a volume. You see here, this part here, small narrow passage, you see, from this line to this piston here. So this portion, whatever the volume throughout bottom till bottom, so whatever the volume, so that is taken as elemental volume dV. Sorry, I couldn't write properly here. So P into dV. Okay, let me write it again. P into dV. So now it becomes PdV. So elemental work is nothing but P into dV. So that is why it is also called as PdV work. Right? Now if you want the work to be calculated from the entire process from 1 to 2 here, so what you have to do is you have to integrate this dW from 1 to 2 dW. Okay? You have to integrate. So to integrate and get the work done means right hand side also you have to integrate. So that is equal to integration from 1 to 2 PdV. So this integration from 1 to 2 PdV, so that is nothing but the area under the curve 1 to 2. So here, so below this area, entire area is nothing from here to this is total area. Let me remove that first and show. Okay, now see this entire area from 1, if you come like this, go like this, straight line here and along this. So this entire area is given by integration from 1 to, I'm just hatching, not able to hatch properly. So this is called as the area under the curve 1 to 2, which is given by this PdV. Now we'll stop here, because now PdV, if I have to integrate and if I have to find out the work done, I should know the relationship between pressure and volume for the process. So I should know what is the process, actual process now. Is it isobaric process? Is it isochoric process? Is it isothermal process? Or is it polytropic process? So based on that, so I can derive the expression for the work transfer. So this we will anyhow we are going to discuss in this lecture itself. So time being, I hope you understood what is PdV work. So here you have to assume, so let me just recall the whatever I studied in this slide. So here you have to consider a elemental displacement dl, for that the elemental volume change is dV, right? And force is nothing but F is equal to pressure into area, P into A. Then work done or elemental work done is dW is equal to P into A into dl. A into dl is nothing but dV. So dW is equal to PdV. Now if you want to work from 1 to 2, you have to integrate this. Okay. Now in the next slide you can see the entire derivation is given here. Right. I hope you can see that. You see last line here, W1 to 2 is nothing but integration from 1 to 2 dW is equal to integration 1 to 2 PdV. So this is what is called as a displacement work. Now we will see how to derive expressions for the displacement work for various processes. Okay, let us start from constant pressure process. So here you can see in the diagram, so this is the system. Let us not worry about these numbers, what is pressure, mass, all these things. So heat transfer takes place between the system and the surroundings, you can see. Now in order to maintain the constant pressure, because when the heat is applied to the system, so the system is get energized. So the substance inside the system gets energized. You see, this is what is H2O, it is written here, this gets energized. Now when this gets energized, so pressure increases. So this pressure difference, now outside it's atmospheric pressure, inside pressure increases. So differential pressure causes the piston to move upwards. So piston moves up, maintaining equilibrium at every point, because as soon as the pressure here also becomes atmospheric, so the piston stops. So it will slowly, as the pressure increases, it moves up, stops, moves up, stops, till you stop the heat supply. Okay, so now think that you displace the piston from initial position to here, and then you stop supplying heat. So now throughout this process the pressure is constant because piston is free to move, so it is being displaced. So pressure acting on the piston throughout the displacement is atmospheric from external surroundings. So hence it is called as the constant pressure process. Now in the PV diagram you can see it is shown by horizontal line here. You see 1 to 2 is a constant pressure process. So volume here is less, whereas here it is more. So volume is increasing because of this displacement. You can see here. So you see here itself you can understand volume has increased, but pressure remains same. So this is called as constant pressure process or isobaric process. Now for this process, let us derive an expression for displacement work. So W1 to 2, as we discussed in the last slide, is nothing but integration 1 to 2 PdV. So here P is a constant. So that is the advantage here. P is constant, so straight away you can take P outside. If P is not constant throughout the process, then you cannot take it outside. Remember this. So it becomes one integration of PdV, integration of 1 to 2 into dV. So P is already taken outside. Integration of dV is nothing but V2 minus V1. That is V actually. And taking limits, upper limit and lower limit, it becomes P into V2 minus V1. So P is nothing but here. You see, P is the vertical distance. This is the pressure axis here. So pressure P is nothing but this vertical distance. V2 minus V1 is nothing but this horizontal distance from here to here. V2 minus V1. So length into width. So that becomes the area of this rectangle. So P into V2 minus V1 is nothing but area of this rectangle. So that is what we discussed in the previous also. Always the work under displacement or PdV work is given by the area under the curve. Now 1 to 2 is the area curve here, process curve. So area below that is this rectangle, you see this part. So this is nothing but the work. So for always remember that the area under the PV diagram is always work for that process. Area under the process curve. So this is always the work. Now this is the expression for the displacement work for isobaric or constant pressure process. Next we will see how to get the expression for the constant volume or isochoric process. Let us move on to the next slide. So for constant volume process, look at here. A rigid system is considered. Rigid system means boundary is rigid. Okay, don't think the substance is rigid. The boundary is rigid. So this is a system which is consisting of air here. Pressure is 500 kilopascal. Initial temperature is 150. So initial pressure is 500 kilopascal. Initial temperature. Now some heat is being removed from the system. So because of the reduction or removal of heat, the temperature has decreased. Pressure is also decreased. So somehow this is considered metallic box with some air at 150 degrees Celsius, and you are inserting this box in a cold water. So automatically heat transfer takes place because inside it is very hot gas is there, 150 degrees Celsius. So heat transfer takes place and temperature reduces to 65 degrees Celsius. So pressure also, because it is losing heat, the energy content of the molecules also reduces. So its pressure also will drop here. Okay. Now volume doesn't change. Look at here, because it is a rigid boundary, so volume doesn't change. So the process is shown by vertical line like this. You see, if I come down here, V1 is equal to V2. So that is what is the meaning of constant volume process. V1 is equal to V2. Now here itself I can say, since it is a vertical line, so area below that is nothing. You see, this line, area of a line is negligible, it's 0. So work done has to be 0, right? Or you can, in other words, you can say that dV is 0. So integration 1 to 2 P dV. So here dV is 0. So you can write directly the work done during this process is 0. So therefore, for a isobaric process, the work done is 0. Remember this, very important. Is this some special characteristics of this process, so which you have to remember always. Now let us move on to the next process. This isothermal or hyperbolic process. Isothermal or hyperbolic process. For this process, the product of pressure and volume at any point on that process diagram is same. That is PV is equal to P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. That means at any point, if you take at the point 1 here, at this point, okay, the product of pressure and volume same. If you take some point here, again same here. So anywhere if you take, the product of pressure and volume is same. So that's a speciality of hyperbolic process. Okay, now for this you have to find out the expression for the displacement work. Now here neither P nor V is constant, because at every point pressure and volume changes, unlike the previous two processes. In the first process, what happened? Pressure was constant. In the second process, volume was constant. But here neither the pressure nor the volume is constant. So in that case, what you have to do is, using this first two part here, that is first relationship, PV is equal to P1 V1, you have to write an expression for P first. So what is P? You can write P is equal to P1 V1 by V. I won't write, you understand? P is equal to P1 V1 by V. That expression for P, you have to substitute in the expression for the elemental work, that is dW is equal to P dV is there. So that P you have to substitute, and then you have to integrate. So we'll do that later in the next slide. We'll go to the next slide. Okay, so W1 to 2 is nothing but integration from 1 to 2 P dV. As I told you earlier, here you have to substitute for P from the previous slide. So I told you P is equal to nothing but P1 V1 P1. Okay, difficult to write. Okay, by V from the previous relationship. So that is what is written here. P1 V1 by V into dV. Since you are very familiar with this mathematics and all, so I hope it will not be you won't find it difficult to understand this derivation. So next line, what you have to do is P1 V1 is constant because it is product of P1 V1. So for a hyperbolic process, the product of P1 V1 is constant because PV is constant. So P1 V1 P2 everything is constant. So P1 V1 you can take it outside. So what remains inside? It is an integration of 1 by V into dV. 1 by V into dV. So you are better your practice, because since it is for a video thing, so I'll be just skipping few of the steps. So directly I wrote the answer as ln V2 by V1. How? Because integration of 1 by V, I'll just show you, V into dV, okay, integration, okay, integration of 1 by V into V is equal to ln V. I hope you remember this. I need not explain you the basics. Ln V from 1 to 2. Upper limit is 2, lower limit is 1. Now what happens? Ln V2 minus Ln V1. So Ln V2 minus Ln V1 is nothing but Ln V2 by V1. That is what I wrote it directly. Okay. So that is you have to understand. Now here, let me erase these things first. Okay. Now this is your answer actually. W1 to 2 is P1 V1 Ln V2 by V1. Now you know that for an isothermal process, P1 V1 is also equal to P2 V2. So you'll get one more expression for work done. W122 is equal to P2V2 into ln V2 by V1. Now V2 by V1 here can also be written as P1 by V2. P2. Why? Because you know that P1 V1 for an isothermal or hyperbolic process, P1 V1 is equal to P2. It's difficult to write. P2 V2. So from this, V2 by V1 is nothing but P1 by P2. So you also get one more expression also. P1 V1 ln P1 by P2. Now P1 V1 again you can write P2 V2. So this remains same ln P1 by V2. So you will get 4 expressions. Means just manipulation of the terms, and you get 4 expressions for the work transfer in case of hyperbolic process. But if you remember, in one expression, first expression, rest of the 3 expressions you can write there itself. So I hope you understood how to derive this expression. Now moving on to the polytropic process. So for a polytropic process, PV to the power n is equal to P1 V1 to the power n is equal to P2 V to the power n. So here n is referred as the polytropic index. Okay, so n is a polytropic index, or it's also called as the polytropic exponent. Now it can be found out. Now suppose if you have the relationship here, equation P1 V1 is equal to the power n is equal to P2 V2 to the power n. So you know how to find out n using that. Take P to one side. So if you want, I can write and show you from this expression here. You see this expression, I can write it as V2 by V1, V2, that is, okay, this is V1 whole to the power n is equal to P1 by P2, P1 by P2. Now take log on either side. So it becomes n ln V2 by V1, this is V2, okay, ln V2 by V1 is equal to ln P1 by P2, or n is equal to ln P1 by P2 divided by ln V2 by V1. So this is how you can find the value of the polytropic index or polytropic exponent. Okay, now let us derive the expression for the work done. So the process remains same, the procedure remains same in fact. So here from this first part of this expression, PV to the power n is equal to P1 V1 to the power n, you have to write an expression for P. So what is P here? P1 V1 to the power n divided by V to the power n. And P1 V1 to the power n is constant, you can see there. So only thing it remains is 1 by V to the power n, which you have to integrate. Even you can try yourself to find out the expression for the polytropic work by integrating that. Let me show you the steps here. So W122 is equal to integration 1 to 2 P dV. So P is nothing but P1 V1 to the power n by V to the power n here. You see this part is substituted for as P. P1 V1 to the power n by V to the power n. So P1 V1 to the power n is constant as I told you earlier. So it is integration of 1 to 2 1 by V to the power n. So now take it to the numerator, it becomes V to the power minus n, and integration of V to the power minus n with respect to dV is nothing but V to the power minus n plus 1 divided by minus n plus 1. Okay, now it is from 1 to 2. Okay, here it is from 1 to 2. Now if you apply the limits, it becomes V2 to the power 1 minus n, and this becomes V1 to the power 1 minus n. So this remains same, and here this denominator 1 minus n is taken outside as a constant. So P1 V1 to the power n by 1 minus n into this part V2 to the power 1 minus n minus V1 to the power 1 minus n. After simplification, you will get P2 V2 minus P1 V1 by 1 minus n, or sometimes you can write as P1 V1 P1 V1, interchange the terms in the numerator, minus P2 V2 divided by, so you have to interchange, if you interchange the terms in the numerator, you have to interchange the term in the denominator. These are the very basics, fundamentals I am explaining. I should not explain this, okay, but still you have to know this. So P1 V1 minus P2 V2 by n minus 1. So this, like this also we can write the expression for the polytropic work. So just go through this again and try to understand. If you have any queries, you can mail me or you can ask in the later also. Okay, thank you. So we will continue in the next class with lecture number 2 for the same module 2. Thank you.